Really haven't just playing hard, seeing who goes where. As we go as an offense, as we get through the summer, we'll figure out that first play of the Florida game who the starters are and where they are.
So is the offensive line kind of a long-term project, long-term development then?
What do you mean?
Like, say you want to take the summer to evaluate this?
Oh, I think what's beautiful about Coach Harbaugh is every position is being challenged and every position's open, and we'll find out when we get the game time who the guys are.
How important is versatility on this offensive line?
Well, I think it's important anytime you have players. When you get guys that can do multiple things, it helps. It helps. Alleviate stress. It helps. Where you can bring players along. So you want guys to do a lot of things, and as a player, you also you want the versatility. Going forward when you're trying to chase that NFL career.
Have you met and talked to Grant Newsome yet? Obviously, he's got a road that he's been on to try and get back.
I have met with Grant Newsome, and he's a wonderful, great person. As far as him as a player, I don't handle those questions.
Sure.
Greg, in terms of overall, you say you're going to give it the summer, you're going to give it the fall camp and see what happens in that first game. But at some point, do guys need to work together, or are you not a believer in that it can shuffle consistently for a while before you have to kind of cut it off and narrow it down?
As far as what?
On the line.
You mean as far as playing in the same
Combinations of
position?
guys, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing about athletics and the thing about playing is adversity is going to hit, and it's a physical game. So injuries are going to happen, and so you've got to be ready. You're never going to start with 5 guys on the offensive line and 1 tight end, 6, and play the whole year. 1,000 snaps in the Big Ten is hard. So you guys got to be ready, and we got to have multiple guys ready. And so really, what you're trying to do in spring ball is lay the foundation, the fundamentals, the toughness, the competitiveness. You're seeing how the winter workouts, help them get quicker, stronger, faster, and then you reevaluate at the end of spring and you start a summer plan. And then you reevaluate after 2-a-days and you start a season plan. And so you're always planning on how you're building that group, how you're building the 5 linemen, the 11 offensive players, the 22 defense, and 33 special teams players together. And so it's a constant evolving plan, and that's what you're looking for.
You have a general philosophy on throwing true freshmen on the O-line and getting them. Some coaches don't like to do that.
As in my vote is the best players play. So whoever's going to help us win, I'm all for putting them on the field.
Speaking of true freshmen, what have you seen out of Cesar Ruiz and Raymond Hall?
Oh, they're wonderful people, and they're playing hard, doing well. So we'll see. You got to see today's film.
In terms of tight ends, in your background, you hadn't done too much of that position specific. So what have you kind of done to kind of be better or be able to handle those kind of things?
Well, from when you're talking tight ends and you're talking about our offense, part of them, part of the run game, and there's certain. Let me answer it this way: run game isn't very far off tackles, tight ends, as far as what you do. When you get to pass game, being an athlete is being an athlete. So the ability to make somebody, a defender, uncomfortable, whether it's releasing on a route, blocking, doing those things, is a key environment. And that doesn't matter what position you play, whether you're playing running back, tight end, wide receiver, offensive tackle. Your ability to close on somebody, make them feel uncomfortable, get them flat-footed, and go about. So those are the things focusing. As far as if you're talking schematics, I've been 20-some-odd years in football, a slant route to slant route, and go route to go route, and a seam to seam, and so as we go. But working with Pep and Coach Harbaugh has been amazing. Quite honestly, sometimes I'm just sitting in there in awe of hearing them talk past game, and Coach Drevno and Jay Harbaugh. It's an unbelievable staff. So it's very easy to get into sync with what Michigan offense does.
With Tim's split, you helping in the middle too, or is it kind of a clear delineation with the outside guys? And
No, we're a staff, and staffs work together. So whatever I need to do to help Michigan win, I'm willing to do. Whatever Coach Harbaugh asked me to do, whatever Coach Drevno asked me to do, I'm going to do.
How was that getting to know process with Tim Drevno? Did you know
Awesome.
him at all before, or?
No, you know, we actually met on the road recruiting, and it's been wonderful. I mean, it's been an absolute. He's an outstanding person and an even better coach. And so, you know, we've had a lot of great discussions on how to block things, on how to handle things, on you know picking up twists, stunts, and bringing two really good styles of offensive line play and coaching together in that world has been outstanding. So.
How are your styles different from each other?
Well, my history had been a shotgun spread, in which I know Coach Red knows that in Southern Cal, but in here they're a little bit more of a huddle. And so when you're talking about bringing together ideas and what you do, in my past have been a two-back, no tight end, and 11 personnel. Then coming in here was 3 tight ends and 2 tight ends, and heavy power game. We got a couple of former quarterbacks, and Coach Harbaugh and Coach Hamilton, and they love tight ends. And so it's the big bodies using how seeing how to use them, learning how to do those things has been outstanding.
When you said you met Tim on the recruiting trail, do you mean this winter or in the past?
Yeah, I've met him before. We don't keep in touch.
Yeah.
We don't live together, but yeah, just we've met, we know each other. So.
I know you guys did a lot of zone at Indiana, but you did a little bit of gap stuff too. I mean, how versatile was that offense, the blocking schemes at Indiana? And I mean, will that be a similar situation here when you guys get together?
Yeah,
'Cause I know what they've done in the past, but going forward.
What I think as you go forward, anytime you're in coaching, you see what your personnel can do, and that's what you want. And so, that's part of what these practices are, is evaluating. Hey, how good are we going to be at power, counter, whatever it may be, zone. And so as you're playing, as you're teaching them the fundamentals, you're getting them back in the swing, you're getting them in shape, you're getting all those things, and then you're evaluating, okay, what's best to help us win. And so really those conversations, as far as that goes down the line, we'll see. Again, there's such a wide array of just outstanding football minds sitting in that offensive meeting room. I think we've all probably coached and run, from me playing in the wishbone to, our NFL guys. I think every offense that you can do. So, there's a lot of experience, a lot of just great minds.
We have Tyree Cannell right behind Coach over there, so we have a couple more questions too with Coach.
Greg,
Greg, this is your second go around here at Michigan. What's the biggest difference between first time you were here with the Rich Rod staff and now, besides the personnel and the coaches?
I'm married.
Oh,
Yeah, I brought a wife.
all right. She like Ann Arbor?
Oh, loves it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
But what else, if you even just look around the building, it's obviously very different. But what else, is there different here?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you're coming in and really, as far as Michigan goes, Michigan is just an outstanding place, obviously. That's why you come back. That's why you even get an opportunity. Working for Coach Harbaugh is unbelievable, and so that's really what, I think I said that when I first came here. It took me about 18 seconds to say yes. And, it took my wife longer, to say yes to me, than it did for us to say yes to him. So you're coming in here and you're coming in with just an outstanding person with great vision, and really, I love just how we attack life outside the box, going to Rome. I mean, I've been in, college football in some way, shape, or form since I was 15, and I never even would have thought of that. And so, to be around a person whose mind, really wants to put the college back in, college football, or a student back in student athlete, it's been outstanding to be there. And just, not that any other guys weren't, but his, being around him and seeing him, how he thinks about this has been phenomenal.
Greg, going back to, you mentioned kind of like matching up with personnel, was that something that was a concentrated effort when they talked to you about coming here, like, hey, we think you'd be good for the tackles and tight ends, or was that determined once you got here?
Oh yeah, no, we when as far as me coming, really it was just more. That was just more, Coach Harbaugh and my opportunity to meet Coach Drevno and just really talk about, hey, what's the future? Where we trying to get to? What are we trying to do? And it was more about that than anything. The personnel wise, like I said, from anything from when I played in high school, I was in a wishbone. When I signed at Florida State, we were an I formation team. Moved to the shotgun spread with Charlie Ward. At South Florida, when I first started coaching, we were West Coast with, and then moved to more what today is, no huddle spread, 11, 12 personnel. Going with Indiana, a lot of 2 tights, 3 tights, 11 personnel. So it's really just been a wide array. So as far as that goes, football's football. There's only 11 guys that can play on the field, and it's 5 linemen. So you learn all those different personnel groups as you go.
So it wasn't like a clear defined role. It was more or less, okay, he has football experience, you'll fit in somewhere.
I think in this world, as you talk to clear defined roles. Well, you got Coach Harbaugh, who's the head coach, and we all work for him. And then in that is our hierarchy as far as Coach Revno's the offensive coordinator, and so but all of us are here together, just trying to help the players get better. And I think that's something that's outstanding about this staff. They care a bunch about the players and about the player welfare and about development and about those things. And so I think anybody on the staff will coach whatever anybody asks him to coach, and I think that's, happily do it.
Greg, you mentioned all those minds in the offensive meeting rooms. You've been on some creative staffs before, but have you ever been around anything like this that guys seemingly are open to doing just about anything?
No, it's just been, it really, sitting there talking from Jay Harbaugh to Tim Drevno, all the way, Coach Harbaugh, Pat Hamilton. Go down the list, the guys, some of the off the field guys that, that come in the clinic, Jack Harbaugh, so you're talking about just a collective group of great football minds. And that's just been outstanding. Just how to, anything from, just how you're coaching a point to, John Harbaugh and bring, just being around ideas, being around, that thought process, that think tank per se of football has been outstanding. And now, I've been on a lot of great staffs. These guys this is special.
What are some specific things you noticed about Ben Braden's in his development so far?
Yeah, it's just so early that we'll see. And as far as those things, you gotta let it play out. Guys have good days, guys have bad days, and you gotta see a collective work for any of our players.
You've been in a spot where you've had to replace a couple all-conference, all-American type guys at the same time on the outline. When you got 3 guys leaving and a bunch of spots to fill, what's the most important priority?
Anytime you're replacing players, you're going to get better at certain things, and you'll be a little worse at other things. And really, what the spring and the summer is about is figuring out what that is. What are we going to be better? Maybe we're more athletic. Maybe we're a little less experienced. Maybe we're stronger. Maybe we're quicker. Maybe we're not. I don't know. And so that's really what this is about: is figuring out what is our talents, what are our guys, how are they, how are they straining, how are they developing. How are they attacking it, and how do we help them do that? And that's really what this is about. So it's, looking back, the guys that left, man, seeing them at Pro Day is awesome. I didn't coach them, but just the opportunity to be around them. Even though I was here when Braden, when we started recruiting him. But one of the things that as you go, you got to figure out, okay, what do we need to be successful for this team? And each team is its own unique, group of people, and its own unique development. And so that's the fun of coaching. You can't just say, okay, hey, we're gonna plug him in, everything's the same. It's developing a guy and his talents, and seeing those guys do that has been, it's really, probably one of the most satisfying parts of coaching, watching a kid develop and reach a goal.